Shrimp are incredibly interesting creatures with some very bizarre physical adaptations and strange behaviors that make them a really fascinating group of animals to observe and study. The basic body plan for all freshwater shrimp is about the same, so even though this presentation focuses on the Amano shrimp, most of the information in this video also applies to other groups of shrimp as well. This is a female Amano shrimp, and at the moment she's busy tending to the hundreds upon hundreds of tiny eggs that are neatly tucked away beneath her abdomen. Here she uses 4 of her legs to hold herself up, while her 2 back legs are used to clean her tail and the eggs. Shrimp have 10 legs altogether, 6 that are used for walking and 4 that have been specially modified for feeding. All 10 of the legs originate on the front portion of the body known as the cephalothorax. This part of the body is also commonly referred to as the head of the shrimp. The rear portion of the body consists of 6 movable abdominal plates that give the tail a great deal of flexibility. This flexibility allows the shrimp to use its abdominal muscles to rapidly contract its tail, causing it to propel itself backwards at a high rate of speed. This behavior is known as a charadoid escape response, and it's common in shrimp, crayfish, and lobsters. And here are the 6 abdominal plates seen in both the shrimp and the crayfish. Now that you're familiar with the basic body layout of the shrimp, let's take a closer look at the front of the shrimp, and then we'll work our way backwards to the tail. The head of the shrimp, also known as the cephalothorax, contains all of the vital organs as well as a whole host of sensory equipment that helps the Amano shrimp locate food, find mates, and detect predators. The eyes are positioned above the body to give the shrimp a better view of its surroundings. Shrimp have compound eyes like a fly, so they see a panoramic view of the world, and just like the fly, their vision is very sensitive to movement. In between the eyes, there's a tiny horn-like projection known as the rostrum. The arrangement of the tiny tooth-like ridges on the rostrum are one of the key diagnostic features that biologists use to tell the difference between closely related species of shrimp. Amano shrimp have 3 pairs of antennae. The really long ones are used to check the perimeter for danger as the shrimp moves along in its endless search for food. I often see these 2 antennae held to the rear of the shrimp when it's feeding. The other 4 shorter antennae are known as antennules. There are special organs at the base of the antennules that the shrimp uses to help maintain its balance and sense changes in the orientation of its body. These organs are similar in design to the otoliths that we have in our inner ear that help us keep our balance. And now we come to one of the more mysterious body parts of the shrimp. These strange flattened plates are known as scaphocerites, and biologists are not 100% certain as to how they function. They seem to work like stabilizers to help keep the shrimp balanced as it swims, and they appear to be useful whether the shrimp is moving forwards or backwards. They can be extended laterally like wings, and they probably have a chemosensory function as well because the front edge of the scaphocerites are lined with lots of tiny hairs. Moving lower down on the head, we arrive at the mouth. These feather-like appendages right here are called maxillipeds, and they're responsible for moving both water and food into the shrimp's mouth. This shrimp isn't feeding at the moment, so this maxilliped is stationary. The other moving structure is known as a gill bailer, and its function is to keep water moving over the gills. There are 7 leaf-shaped gills located on each side of the body. Unfortunately, many shrimp parasites use the shrimp's gill chamber as a nesting site for part of their life cycle. Here's a closer look at the gill bailer working to keep water moving through the gill chamber. And now let's zoom in on those leaf-shaped gills. The gills increase in size as you move from the front of the shrimp to the back. This is the smallest of the shrimp's gills, located right here. Moving above the gills, we can see the shrimp's digestive system. The organs of the digestive system occupy the majority of space in the cephalothorax. The digestive tract of a shrimp forms a straight line from the mouth to the vent near the tail. Be sure to note that the organs in the digestive system are changing color. Shrimp have what's known as an open circulatory system. In this system design, the shrimp's internal organs are held in a special chamber known as a hemocoel. The shrimp's heart pumps freshly oxygenated blood into the hemocoel, bathing the internal organs in blood. This supplies oxygen and nutrients to the organs, and in exchange, the organs release carbon dioxide and waste products into the bloodstream. The blood is then pumped out of the hemocoel and sent to the gills, where it will once again be replenished with oxygen. This rhythmic pulsing of the circulatory system becomes much more obvious when you speed up the film. What you're now witnessing is the rhythmic movement of blood in and out of the chamber holding the shrimp's internal organs. And now we return to the normal speed again for a final close-up look at the open circulatory system of a shrimp. Amano shrimp have 4 legs that have been specially modified for feeding. Each of these legs is equipped with a claw that's used to gather food and bring it to the shrimp's mouth. The Amano shrimp has 2 different types of claws. One pair is larger and stronger than the other. This is the pair that does most of the work when it comes to feeding. The other type of claw shape is a bit more versatile. Its slender design, along with the fact that it's attached to a slightly longer leg, allows it to be used for both feeding and grooming. The stiff hairs seen at the end of each of these claws works like a broom, trapping and then sweeping up small food items into the shrimp's mouth. These hairs are what enables shrimp to feed on very small organisms like algae, detritus, biofilms, and decomposing organic matter. Be sure to notice that you can see the large group of muscles that are housed inside this part of the claw. If you watch closely as the claw opens and closes, you'll notice that only one side of the shrimp's claw moves while the other side remains stationary. This is the only part of the claw that actually moves. This cup-like projection on the shrimp's leg is designed to prevent the claw from overextending in this direction. Notice how perfectly the claw fits into the little pocket that's created by this part of the leg. Instead of using its powerful claws to break this algae wafer into pieces, the shrimp relies on the tiny hairs located at the ends of its claws to scrape away very small bits of food. While the near-constant motion of the maxillipeds and the gill bailer provides a steady current that then sweeps the food into the shrimp's mouth. And that concludes the front half of the shrimp. Now we can move on to the abdomen and the tail. The rear half of a shrimp's body consists of 6 overlapping abdominal plates that move and give the tail a great deal of flexibility. Most of the musculature in a shrimp is contained in the abdomen. Hanging beneath the abdomen are specialized structures known as swimmerets, or, in scientific circles, pleopods. There are 5 pairs of swimmerets on both the male and the female. These wonderfully designed appendages are used like paddles and make the shrimp an excellent swimmer. In this close-up view, it's possible to see where the swimmerets are attached to the abdominal plates on the shrimp's skeleton. On female shrimp, the swimmerets also serve an important reproductive function by providing the mother shrimp with a built-in nursery for her developing eggs. Each one of these reddish-brown spots marks the exact location where a swimmeret is attached to the shrimp's exoskeleton. Please note that there are 5 pairs of swimmerets and that there are 5 corresponding red dots on each side of the shrimp. The eggs are attached to the swimmerets where they'll remain until they hatch. The female keeps the eggs clean by using her 2 back legs and by rapidly moving the swimmerets back and forth. Those little black dots on the eggs are the eyes of the baby shrimp. Many people mistakenly refer to the back half of the shrimp as the tail, when in fact most of it is the abdomen, and this little bit right here at the end is the tail. The shrimp uses its tail like a rudder to help control its direction while swimming. The tail is also important for the tail-flipping behavior that allows the shrimp to rapidly propel itself backwards when startled. The tail consists of this center section known as the telson, and these 4 flattened blades are known as uropods. The telson contains the vent where the shrimp's digestive tract terminates. In this close-up view, it becomes very clear that the sphincter muscles around the shrimp's vent are bright blue. I suspect that the blue coloration is caused by the shrimp's copper-based blood, known as hemolymph, which just happens to be blue rather than red. Be sure to notice the waves of muscular contractions along the shrimp's digestive tract. These muscular waves propel food and waste products through the shrimp's digestive system until they reach the vent. And that completes our journey from the head of the shrimp all the way back to the tail. Please support my effort to continue bringing you these high-quality documentaries by subscribing to this channel, hitting the like button, and leaving a comment. And, as always, I thank you for your time.